hello, I'm Lynn Jarvis and welcome to Across the Fence. Today we're celebrating Music in Our Schools Month and we're being entertained by students from Mill River Union High School down in North Clarendon, Vermont, and we appreciate the long trip for them up to Burlington today. We're off to a rousing start with an Andy Clark rendition of Kansas City, and joining me now is Rufus Patrick, and he's president of the Vermont Music Educators Association. And Rufus, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Could you give us a little idea of what the music educators do for the Vermont music teachers?
Well, the Vermont Music Educators at this point has over 200 people in their organization, and one of the things that we focus on in the fall, we have a conference in conjunction with the Teachers Conference in Burlington, and we bring in clinicians and guest speakers from all over the country, famous people, to present new topics and so forth to our membership and keep them current on what's happening in music. We have a newsletter that goes out to all our members, and we really feel it's important to promote music education in our schools. About
how many members do you have?
Well, we have over 200 members in Vermont, and we have over 40,000 members nationwide.
Well, we're here today to celebrate Music in Our Schools Month. Why do you think it's important to set aside the month of March for something like that?
Well, I'm not sure March is, it could be any month. I think it's just important that we bring to the front the fact that music is really an important part of the lives of all the young people, not just in the performing groups, but in the classroom as well, to give these kids a musical, emotional experience.
And we really enjoy having them up here today, and we want to thank you, Rufus, for being here, president of the Vermont Music Educators Association. And now we're going to hear the Mill River Chamber Singers perform Grace My Lovely One, Fair Beauties by Thomas Wielkes, and the Chamber Singers are directed by Lori Routhier.
Grace, my lovely one, fair beauty, every nation be yours, duties. La 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 la. Grace, my lovely one, fair beauty, every nation be yours, duties. La 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 la. Attend with mirth and fondness, 'twas this my love so kindly stays. And then of joy, the joys of mine shall thus be graced. Thy grace is mine. La 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 la
Very much, Mill River Chamber Singers. And now I'd like you to meet Lori Routhier, who is the instrumental director of music down at Mill River in North Clarendon. Lori, how long have you been teaching music, and how many students do you have down there?
I've been teaching for approximately 20 years, and presently at Mill River we have 170 students in both junior high and high school involved in our choral program.
A very active program. What are some of the trends you've seen in music in the high schools over the last few years?
We are getting more involved, besides instrumental and vocal music, into computer music, students creating some of their own music and using synthesizers in the classrooms and the like. There's a wide variety of developments in the field of music.
Why do you think it's important to celebrate a month for music in the schools?
Well, music has certainly a big impact not only on the young people, but as we look at our world, on everybody's lives. And I think it was Plato that said something to the effect that musical training was the most important way of getting to people in terms of developing emotionally and be able to communicate with others and learning how to work with others, and the field of music certainly provides that opportunity.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much, Lori. And we're going to get Glenn in here now. And I should add that Lori is also the state chair for Music in Our Schools Month. A lot of work. Let's have Glenn Giles come in, and Glenn is the director of instrumental music at Mill River. Glenn, how long have you been teaching music, and how many students do you have?
At Mill River, I've been there for 5 years, and we have 197 students in the instrumental program 7 through 12.
And why do you think it's important to have music as part of a school's educational curriculum?
There are two reasons I feel it's very important to have music in the schools. The first would be, in our high-paced society, it's a great release for the students. It gives them a chance to unwind from the day, and I hope it carries across through their adult life as they get into the business world. The second reason, we are now concentrating a lot on the two hemispheres of the brain, left and right brain, and in that they're talking about awakening the genius potential. And the arts are the place where we cross hemispheres, where they work with both the analytical side and the more emotional side.
And the students respond well to getting together in these jazz bands and choral groups. I'm sure it's a big part of their educational process down there.
I'm quite sure they enjoy it. I know I enjoy it too, and that's what it's all about.
Well, thank you very much, Glenn. And now we're going to hear On Broadway, arranged by Jerry Nowak. And the soloist will be Jenny Hetzel. She's a senior at Mill River who has been selected for All-State and All-New England Chorus. And now let's listen to On Broadway.
On Broadway, they say there's always magic in the air, but when you're walking down the street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter runs right up and you're nowhere. Men are pretty fine on Broadway, but looking at them just to see the blues. But how you gonna make some dance when all you got is one thing done, and one thing done won't even shine your shoes. I won't last too long on Broadway. I take a Greyhound bus for home, they say. But they get wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play the theater, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. Say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll take a Greyhound bus for home, they say. But they did wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play the theater, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. Oh, on Broadway.
Fine rendition of On Broadway, one of my very favorite songs, and wonderful solo by Jenny Hetzel. Thank you very much, Jenny. Now we're going to meet some of the students that have been performing for us today, and first we have Jessica Smith. She plays piano and she's also a vocalist. What's your favorite kind of music, Jessica?
I have to say classical.
Classical. I'm surprised seeing you here with a jazz band and the chamber singers. do you plan to continue for music as a career?
Yes.
And what would be your biggest dream if anything could come true for you as far as a career in music goes?
Well, I hope to pursue at the undergraduate level like vocal performance and music education, and hopefully then at the graduate level I'll be able to pursue a career in choral conducting.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck with that, and we want to bring over one of your friends now, and his name is Greg Greg Gettle. He plays the trumpet, and he's also in the chorus down at Mill River. Greg, how long have you played the trumpet, and why did you decide to choose the trumpet rather than a violin or sax, for example?
I've been playing trumpets since I was in 4th grade, and I'm now a senior. And actually, I did start out playing violin when I was 4, but I went through piano, and I took up a real liking for trumpet, and I just stuck with it, and here I am.
Well, good for you. We're enjoying your concert today. How do you feel music has played an important part in your life and career down at Mill River?
It's been basically has been a real central thing that I've done with my life. It's something I really enjoy doing as far as expressing myself and making others happy, basically.
Well, I think you're doing a good job of it. What are your dreams in relation to a music career?
I hope to be a performance major in music at either Eastman School of Music or Oberlin Conservatory, which is in Ohio.
Well, good luck to you, Greg, and we're going to let you get back because we have some more music coming up. Thank you very much, Greg. And we're going to hear the chamber singers again. They're going to perform 2 songs for us. First, So Well I Know Who's Happy by Orazio Vecchi, and O Eyes of My Beloved by Orlando Di Lasso, which will be sung in Italian.
So well I know who's happy, too well I know who's happy, la 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 la. So well I know who's happy, too well I know who's happy, la 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 la. But I'll not have it so, I will not have it so, la 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 la. But I'll not have it so, I will not have it so, la 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 la. So well I know who's favorite, too well I know who's favorite, la 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 la. So well I know who's favorite, too well I know who's favorite, la 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 la. Although I cannot say, alas I cannot say, la 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 la. Although I cannot say, alas I cannot say, la 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 la. Oh, if I could but say now, if I could only say now, la 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 la. Oh, if I could but say now, if I could only say now, la 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 la. Who comes, who stays, who goes, who comes, who stays, la 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 la. Who comes, who goes, who stays, who goes, who comes, who stays, la 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 la. Oh, Chimanza mia, oh, Chimanza mia, ci dorati. Oh, Chimanza mia, oh, Chimanza mia, ci dorati. Oh, fasciatura la luna, oh, fasciatura luna, traducenti. Genuinamente gioia bella guarda poca me, ame, 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 contento. Genuinamente gioia bella guarda poca me, ame, 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 contento.
And some nice songs by the Mill River Union High School singers down in North Clarington. And before we have one final selection, just time to tell you that on Monday our guest will be Polly Forsey from Norwich, who will be here to show us how to decorate with early American wall stencils. I know you will enjoy that. Now, to conclude our program, we have a rendition of Birdland by Mark Taylor. Take it away, Glenn.
Thank you.